What if I told you the most dangerous group in the world was destroyed by a single piece of paper? A contract. They had the police chasing them, the FBI watching them, and the world listening, but they couldn't survive a checkbook. Here's how N.W.A. expressed themselves right into an early grave.
Like, subscribe, thank you.
So this guy, let's call him O'Shea, but his friends call him Cube. And Cube has a problem. He is arguably the best writer in the entire rap game. Dude is young, hungry, angry. He's living in Compton. He's looking around at his neighborhood and sees a lot of stuff he doesn't like. Police brutality, drugs, gangs, and he wants to write about it. He wants to put it on a record. So he links up with this guy named Andre who goes by Dr. Dre. And Dre is a musical genius. He can make beats that sound like a bomb going off. And they link up with a drug dealer named Eric who goes by Eazy-E. Now Eazy isn't a rapper, he's a hustler. But he's got money, he's got a lot of it. And he wants to get into the music business because the drug game is just getting a bit too hot. So they form this group, N.W.A., and they start making some noise, a lot of noise. They put out this album, Straight Outta Compton, and it frickin' explodes. I mean, it goes everywhere. Kids in the suburbs are listening to it. The cops are listening to it, mostly because they hate it. Politicians are talking about it. They're famously called the world's most dangerous group. And at the center of it all is Cube. He's writing the lyrics. He's writing Eazy's verses. He's writing Dre's verses. He's writing for the whole crew. He's the voice, the pen, the one giving them the attitude. Eazy's the face, Dre is the sound, but Cube is the words. And the money? Well, it starts rolling in. I mean serious money. They're selling millions of records, selling out arenas. They're freaking huge. But here's where things get sticky. See, Eazy-E has got this manager, an older dude, white guy named Jerry Heller. And Jerry's a friggin' shark. Dude's been in the business a long time. And he knows how things work. He sees these kids from Compton, and he sees dollar signs in his eyes, a gold mine. So Jerry gets close to Eazy, and I mean really close. He treats Eazy like a son, buys him gifts, invites him to dinner. Tells Eazy that they are partners, that it's them against the world. And Eazy eats it up. He trusts Jerry. But Cube's smart. He's like, I don't know. He's not just a rapper, he's friggin' paying attention. So the tour rolls on. They're making millions, but Cube looks at his bank account and it looks a little light. He's living at home with his parents. He's driving a Honda scooter. Meanwhile, you got Jerry driving a Corvette, Eazy driving a Benz. And Cube starts doing the math, and the math is not adding up. So he asks Jerry about it. He says, hey man, where the hell's my money? I wrote the song. I wrote Straight Outta Compton. I wrote Fuck the Police. Where's my cut, dude? And Jerry gives him the runaround. He gives him some cash here and there, pats him on the head, and says, don't worry, kid. The money's coming. It's invested. It's in the pipeline. You're gonna be stinking rich, man. But Cube isn't buying it. He knows he's getting screwed over. So the tour ends. It's time to sign contracts for the next record. Jerry calls everybody into a meeting. He puts these contracts on the table. He tells them to sign. He says, sign this and you'll get your royalty checks. Sign this and you'll get 75 grand right now. 75 grand. Think about the time. Think about the fact that this is for a kid from Compton. That's a lot of money. MC Ren signs. Dr. Dre signs. Yella signs. They take the check. They're happy. But Cube picks up the contract and he reads it. And he does not like what he sees. It basically says that Jerry and Eazy own everything. They own the masters. They own the publishing. And the rest of the group, they're employees. You all just work for us. And so Cube looks at Jerry and Eazy and he's like, fuck that. He says, I'm not signing this. Room gets quiet. Jerry's shocked. Eazy's pissed off. And they tell him he's making a mistake. They tell him he's nothing without them. They tell him if he walks out that door, he's done. His career's over and he'll be back to nothing. Cube stands up, grabs his keys and walks out. Leaves the biggest group in the world. Leaves the fame. Leaves the money. Leaves his friends. Because he knows that he's worth more than 75 grand. He knows he's getting robbed. And so Cube's on his own. Scared as all shit. He doesn't have Dre's beats. He doesn't have Eazy's money. Doesn't have the N.W.A. machine behind him. He's got nothing but his notebook and a lot of anger. So he goes to New York. Links up with the Bomb Squad. The guys who produce for Public Enemy. And he gets to work. Pours all that anger and frustration, all that hunger into his solo album. America's with 3 Ks Most Wanted. And everybody's waiting to see him fail. Jerry's waiting. Eazy's waiting. They're like friggin' vultures around the prey. They think he's gonna fall on his face. They think he can't do it without them. But the album drops and it's a freaking monster. It's hard, it's political, it's lyrical, it sells, goes platinum. Cube proves that he doesn't need them. He proves he's the real talent. And this makes N.W.A. mad, and I'm talking really mad. So they go back in the studio. They recorded an EP called 100 Miles and Running. And on that record, they come for Cube. Totally diss him. Call him a traitor. Call him a Benedict Arnold. Say he's washed up. Say that they made him. And the video for the song, they even have a scene where they're chasing a guy that looks like Cube and they catch him. It's disrespectful. It's a total slap in the face. And then they release their next album. Lord, do I have to say it? Jesus Christ, don't make this white boy say that. For life. There you go. And they keep going. They call him out by name. They mock him. They're poking the bear. They're poking the bear with a sharp stick. And Cube is quiet. He doesn't say anything, not at first. He listens, he hears the disses, sees the videos, and he gets angry. But it's a cold anger, focused anger. So he goes back in the studio. He decides it's time to respond. But he's not going to do a little diss track. He's going to do a little jab. Friggin' drop a nuclear bomb. It's going to burn the whole frickin' house down. So he writes a song called No Vaseline. Now in the world of diss tracks, there are levels. There's friendly competition, there's beef, and then there's no Vaseline. Pure venom. 4 minutes of uninterrupted, pure USDA grade hate. No hook or chorus, it's just Cube breathing fire. And he doesn't just go after Eazy, he goes after everybody. Goes after Dre, Ren, goes after Yella, but mostly he goes after Jerry Heller. Exposes everything. Tells the world that Jerry's robbing them. Tells the world that Eazy's a puppet. He tells the world that the rest of the group are fools for letting a white manager divide them and steal their money. And the lyrics are brutal, and I mean savage. Talks about how they let a white dude break up the crew. Talks about how Eazy's letting Jerry take advantage of him intimately, and I don't mean financially, if you catch my drift. And that's where the title comes. Pure friction, man. No Vaseline. You know how Vaseline kind of reduces the friction when one is having a wonderful time with another person. Well, with no Vaseline, right through the back door there, he's saying that they're getting screwed and they're not even getting the courtesy of lubrication. He attacks their masculinity, attacks their street cred. He attacks their bank accounts. Says you got a lot of money, but you got no class. Calls them out for being fake. Plays the song for his producers and their jaws hit the frickin' floor. They're terrified. They're like, Cube, you can't say this, man. This is too much. This is gonna get somebody off. But Cube doesn't give a crap. He wants blood. So he releases the album, Death Certificate. And this song, No Vaseline, is on it. And the reaction is instant. Streets go crazy. People are blasting it out of their cars. Everybody's talking about it. It's the most disrespectful thing that anybody ever heard. But here's the crazy part. It works. The song is so powerful, so factual, so brutal that it actually wakes everybody up. Dr. Dre hears it, and he starts listening to the lyrics, like really listening. And he starts looking at his own bank account, starts looking at Jerry Heller, and he realizes that Cube is right. He's getting robbed as well. Jerry Heller hears it, and he is freaking terrified. So much to the point that he actually hires security guards. He receives death threats. He's scared to leave his house. The song totally annihilates his reputation. It exposes him as a crook. Eazy-E hears it, and he tries to act tough, laughing it off. But he knows he lost. He knows that Cube destroyed him. There's no coming back to No Vaseline. You can't respond to that. It's a knockout punch. And just like that, the dynasty crumbles. Dre leaves the group, leaves Death Row, starts his own thing. The group breaks up. N.W.A. is over. The world's most dangerous group is now destroyed. Not by the police or the FBI, not even by the censors, but the truth. They were destroyed by one man with a microphone who refused to be robbed. And Ice Cube, forget winning the freaking battle. He ended the war. He proved you don't need a machine behind you if you've got the skills. He proved that a contract is just a piece of paper if you have the guts to tear it up. The poor Eazy, he stuck with Jerry until the end, and it cost him. By the time he realized that Jerry was stealing from him, it was way too late. The money was gone. The group was gone. And tragically soon, Eazy would be gone as well. It's a tragedy, really. They could have been the Rolling Stones of hip-hop. They could have toured for 30 years, made billions together. But greed got in the way, ego got in the way, and the manager with the Corvette also got in the way. Nevertheless, Cube went on to be a movie star, a mogul, a legend. Dre went on to become a billionaire. And N.W.A., they became a really good memory, a powerful memory, but a memory nonetheless. All because one guy decided to check the math, and another guy decided to get the Vaseline. It's brutal and ugly, but that's the music business. And the funny thing is, years later, right before Eazy passed, he and Cube started talking again. They were actually planning a reunion. They're going to get the band back together. They realized the fighting was stupid and that they were indeed brothers, but they ran out of time. But next time you hear Straight Outta Compton, remember what happened after the music stopped. Remember the Honda scooter and the contract and the diss track that burn it all to the ground. Because sometimes the hardest thing to do isn't making it to the top, it's making sure you do not get robbed on the way up. Smack that like button, smack the subscribe button, join the family. To my subs, you freaking rock. Thank you so much for watching.